Yo, what's up? Sir Toby here, back from the dead. Um, haven't made a video in quite a while. Been quite busy having a pretty bad case of COVID, but that allowed me to, farm a mirror by running simulacrums. I can only recommend simulacrums. They're great, although completely drain your sanity. So the next bigger project that I thought I would do is running 50 Elder Guardian maps just to see how bad these invitations are nowadays. I paid about 75, 76 chaos per set of these on TFT. So I just called it around 3,800 chaos. So I paid around 15.2 divines at the current exchange ratio. On top of that, I paid another 450 chaos for these twisted invitations. I hope they are enough to sustain. After rolling them to 70 or higher quantity, I'm probably paying like 55 per each of these invitations. So I'm probably sitting somewhere around 4,350 chaos invested before this entire thing, so 17.4 divines. Basically, what I think I can expect is getting a full Elder invitation or set per set of maps, obviously, because you get one fragment from the Guardian, and then I think I can probably get one more of these fragments per these invitations. Get half a Maven Writ or maybe 6 fragments, depending on the quantity. And then basically that's half a divine-ish per invitation. This is around half a divine in fragments per invitation. So I'm thinking it's going to be around somewhere around 0.7, 0.8-ish divine profit per rotation, per invitation, depending on what I get in the maps and whether I sustain the twisted. If I do not sustain the twisted, you basically have to subtract 0.2 divines from that rotation's profit. When it comes to the Atlas tree, mine is pretty damn scuffed right now. Just basically have stuff that maybe makes me faster or is one-click money. So essences, strong boxes, like deception contracts, stuff like that. I'm just gonna pick them up. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna bother selling contracts, for example, but it is what it is. And I think these might be the only nodes that actually do anything for Maven invitations right now. And I'm not even sure about that. So this node, for example, is only about the 10-way invitation. It does nothing for Elder Guardians. So I don't even know if these small nodes that give quantity apply. I just allocated them. Whether or not they do or do not, I do not know. There's stuff like this in here which just adds an additional pack which I don't care about. I just want to go faster, so increased shrine effect, stuff like that is what I'm going for. I thought about not blocking harvest and doing harvest nodes, but I think it's just going to take too much time to do harvests, and then the pathing on this tree is probably horrible. I just threw something together really quickly. I don't think the tree matters too much, as long as you pick up like essences and smuggler's caches or something to maximize your money from just clicking. So yeah, that's the plan. And then I'll get back to you in probably a few days because I'm still busy as hell with the results. Alright, I am now done running all these invitations, so let's talk profits. First, a couple of things that I didn't mention before I ran these that I think is important to mention is first how I roll my invitations. I'll scour them until I get to 70 one quantity or more on the invitation, then Val Orbit. I can run all the mods that could possibly be rolled on this, so I'm basically hoping for these invitations to turn into 8 mod invitation, and then you have a chance to get 6 or even 7 Maven splinters from your invitation. Just 71% pretty much guarantees 5 splinters though. So I think it's important to try and get as much quantity on these invitations as you can, and at least 70 or more. When it comes to the Elder Guardians, I am buying them off TFT. So if you, for example, take a look at the want to sell map tab, you will see that people are selling, for example, Elder Guardian map sets. So this guy sells 29 sets. You would whisper him, get all 29 sets. That means that you probably have a ton of horrible layouts. Now, Burial Chambers is maybe a bad example of a horrible layout, but there might be way worse layouts that you get, you know, on your Elder Guardian maps that you definitely do not want to run. In that case, you can Horizon Orb these. In tier 16, I Horizon Orbed either into Graveyard or Foundry. No, Foundry is tier 15. Graveyard or Toxic Sewer. In tier 15, I Horizon Orbed into Foundry or Dunes. And then in tier 14, I Horizon Orbed into Underground Sea or Canyon. Those maps are really, really fast to run. You pretty much always know where the boss is going to be, and you just rush through. One little thing that I want to mention is that you pretty much lose your sanity running these because you spend like 20 seconds getting to the boss. You spend half a minute, 40 seconds waiting for Elder to just spawn a stupid portal so you can go fight the boss. You fight the boss for 5 seconds. You wait 5 seconds until the zone switches. You fight for 5 seconds. You wait for 5 seconds until the zone switches. And then once you've killed it, you either have to log out or wait another like 6, 7, 8 seconds for the portal for you to leave spawns again. So, it feels like 90% of the strat is waiting. 50% is probably more realistic of how much of this is waiting. But yeah, it gets pretty bad at some point. Alright, so let's just get right into the spreadsheet for the results, I guess. I had to buy 16 Twisted Invitations, ended up with 5 Twisted Invitations left over, so I only priced in 11 more, because you can just resell these, I guess. So I ended up with 21 Twisted Invitations that I bought and 29 that I dropped. That's overall guess like 60% rate of sustaining the Twisted Invitation, which is I think under what I usually thought it was, but probably like 60-70% that you can expect to get back. I got 61 full Elder sets. I haven't priced in the rest of the fragments, which is like another like 4-5 fragments, so maybe like another half a divine or whatever. If you sell them alone or singles. I've priced the Maven Ritz at 1 divine. It seems like in bulk it might be going for 1.1 divine, which would add another almost 3 divines to this total profit. But I thought I would go with 1 divine because that seems to be the price where they sell immediately. All this high stuff, as you can see, wasn't all that valuable. Maybe like 350-ish chaos of stuff that of money that you will actually get back. I did get 2 fully revealed blueprints, but probably can't rely on that. Got a bunch of Woke gems. Those Woke gems really weren't worth all that much, except this Vacant Void manipulation, which is like 140 chaos. The rest of these are like 15, 20, 30 chaos at most. Burning damage, I think, is like 50 chaos, but yeah, a bunch of these together they were worth like around 350 chaos. I did not price these 2 in here. This is like 120 chaos, this is like 65 chaos. Those are not priced in. I did price in like a random Fingerless Silk Glove, these Guardian maps, these diff cards, which you can turn in for like 40 to 80 chaos, depending on which fragments you get. And then like a whole bunch of scarabs. There's a currency tab here, which I threw everything in. At 11 orbs of conflict, which are like a bit more than 2 divines. So yeah, overall, that's what I got in a value of stuff that I have to sell. The bulk of this is obviously super easy to sell with the Elder sets and Writs, which you just go on TFT for. Something that I have not priced in is, or forgot to add to this before I finished my full thing here, is the essences. So in total, you get like another 3 divines worth of essences if you were to sell these for the current going rate in bulk on TFT. So the profit is probably more like 50, 52-ish divines, depending on how and what you sell. So there is that. In total, it took me around 8 minutes per Elder Guardian invitation. So, if you really were to knuckle down and run these, it would take you like 6 hours, 40 minutes to finish all of them. But that's not a pace that you can realistically keep up, I don't think. So it's probably more around like 7 hours, especially if you like Horizon or your maps first. Stuff like that, roll your invitations, etc. And then, you probably end up around somewhere around 7 divines per hour if you can keep up like a pace of 8 to 9 minutes. Now, I also ran a lot of Sanctum while doing this because I'm trying to get a couple certain relics that I just can't. And I also wanted to finish one of the challenges where you have to get like major boons, finished that, which was nice. But that is not in here, and that also made this take a lot longer than it would if you just ignored Sanctum. And you should probably ignore Sanctum if you want to keep up this pace. This is just going, like your profit per hour is just going to drop if you actually do Sanctum. So unless you have a reason to do Sanctum, maybe think about skipping it if you just want currency from doing this. So yeah, that's about it about these invitations. I will also put at the end of this video a full run, so you can see what my full run looked like, or what a full run looks like for me, with a 8-mod invitation as well, so you can maybe even see how much time it takes if the invitation is very hard. So yeah, that's overall that. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Thank you for watching, and maybe I'll release a video sooner than like 3 weeks next time. Bye!